Hello, everyone. Welcome to Melissa's Musings and happy Friday. Oh, my hair's looking crazy on here. I love it. It's good. And we've got Booty in the house. He just rolled on in for the musing. Perfection. Today on Melissa's Musings. Oh, Boots, you're like pulling off my clothes. Okay. As much as I'm sure some of you would like to see that, we're going to keep it PG. All right, hold on. Let's see. Where is Justine? She's going to be joining me today. Let's see. All right, Facebook. Thanks for watching, you guys. Thanks for tuning in so quick and being here. So it says it's Addie. Yay! Hey, girl.
Hi. Can you hear me okay?
I can.
Okay,
Can you
good.
hear her, audience? So Justine, for those of you that don't know this beautiful face, Justine is one of the amazing agents on our team, Team Steele. Boots, you gotta get off the desk, man. You're just moving the camera everywhere. Sorry, guys. We
Baby.
got Booties in the house today joining the musing. He's really lonely and needy this morning, so we're just snuggling. But Justine is, yeah, he's having a happy Friday. So Justine is one of the amazing agents on our team. We have such a fun time working with her every day, and a lot of our clients are now getting the unique privilege and opportunity to work with her. She's a rock star at helping clients buy homes and sell homes, and particularly buy homes. Like, one of the things that lights Justine up is helping that client get their first set of keys. Right, girl?
Thanks, Mel. What a kind introduction.
You know how much I love you. So we were talking, as you guys know, one of my commitments to the world is being a spread of joy, love, and connection wherever I go. And Justine and I were just recently having a conversation around kindness and how she's raising her son. Do you want to kind of elaborate a little bit, Justine?
Yeah, first I want to read this scroll I received from a friend many, many years ago, probably 15 years ago when I first moved to San Diego. She was one of my first friends that I met out here. And this by my vanity where I get ready every morning and apply my makeup and whatever. And so it's always there to remind me. And I do read this every day. So I'm going to read it to you all. It says kindness. It's kindness that gladdens each heart in this world. It's shown in so many small ways. The favor that helps us, the touch filled with caring, the words that bring comfort and praise. It's kindness that gives us strength and encouragement, warming us each time it's shown, that makes us feel closer to people around us, reminding us we're not alone. It's kindness that brightens the darkest of days and brings those who need it a smile. It fills us with friendship and love for each other. It's kindness that makes life worthwhile. You're such an example of kindness in so many things that you do. You go out of your way to help others and give them encouragement too. You listen with understanding and show people you care for them so. You're such an example of kindness, such a wonderful person to know. And when she gave this to me, it really, really, made me feel wonderful, and it just really inspired me and made me proud because I come from a mother who spent her life making sure that all her children knew what it was and knew what it meant to be kind. And there wasn't a day, no matter how old we were, where we left the house, whether it was for school or to go out and play in the yard. Her words to us, her last words were, be kind to everyone. Not goodbye, not I love you. Well, she said that also, but the last word, be kind to everyone. And she still says that after each phone call. Be kind to everyone, Lydia. Or I have so many nicknames. Juanita, Lydia, Smurf. And as my son gets older and more aware of the world around him, and he's absorbing more, he's a sponge,
Yeah.
I'm finding it more and more my duty and responsibility to do what my mother did. And I've really been reflecting on the world around me, especially when he's by my side. And there's a lot of times where I'm disappointed. And I think I shared with you the other day where it was simple. I was taking him to the pool. We were walking to the pool, and there was this beautiful young girl walking up next to us, and I had Christian by my hand, and she had her shades on, was just minding her own business, and I stopped and I said, "Hello, how are you?" And she just walked on by like, and I looked around like, "Whoa, okay." And Christian, he recognized that, and he looked up and he was like, "Mama, how come she didn't say anything?" And so it put me in a position where I was like, had to explain to him. And I asked him the question. I said, "Did you think that was something kind?" And he goes, "No, Mama." I said, "Do you think if she were to say, 'Oh, I'm good. How are you?' Would that have been the right thing to do?" And he was like, "Yes." And my son's only 4. And
Yeah.
for him to recognize that at just 4, I was like, yeah, it's really time to step up the game and really teach him the
You're
importance
doing
of.
a great job of that. Yeah, I want to acknowledge you because you do a great job of that. And I feel like the awareness is such a huge piece that so many people are missing. And I think in response, basically, I shared with Justine that one of my biggest takeaways in going through ALA and really being in like this love bubble and, being interacting with people who are like, oh, I love you and I'm doing this in the world and doing this and being really kind to then take that energy out into the world. And like when you actually bring it to people, to see who responds and like how people respond, because it's fascinating to me. I actually like went through almost, I've talked about in the musings before, but almost like a little depression after I graduated ALA, because I came out like shooting for the moon, so excited, like high on life. Everybody I wanted to be like, hey, how's it going? And I'd see people in the elevator and I'd be like, hey, how was your day? And they'd look at me with such sadness behind the eyes, and like it was like nobody was even there. And sometimes I would get a grunt. Sometimes people would be interactive and it would light them up. But other times I would leave that interaction being like, oh my goodness, like what must they be going through that like that's their responsiveness to the kindness.
Right, right. And I feel, I don't know, like maybe it's the difference in age, the younger crowd where our society is completely, everyone lives in their own little bubble, their own social media bubble, their own just consumed with their own little world that they're not really paying attention to others around them. If they don't know them, if, I don't know you, you don't know me, I don't want anything to do with you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sad.
Yeah. I mean, we see that all the time in real estate, right? It's like the client who thinks they're the only person in the world. They'll be like, what? The seller can't accommodate 3 weeks for me or something? And you're like, no, I'm so sorry. You know what I mean? It's like you're not on your own planet. But I
Yeah,
totally feel you in that way. A lot of people kind of go about life in their own sphere, in their own circle, and they're in a lot of instances, depending on how their outlook is, like in certain instances I've experienced people who are really closed off to the kindness, who like at the moment that that I start to be kind, it's like the walls go up instead of
well,
the
they're
walls coming
uncomfortable with
down.
it
And like
almost. It's like they're uncomfortable with it.
absolutely, yeah. And so that's, I think, where your level of commitment with your, to be an example for your son, my level of commitment in really making an impact in the world, it's like that's what it's going to take to make that shift for a certain
Absolutely.
amount of people to be committed like AF to getting it done, to being kind no matter what, no matter like how your day is going.
Absolutely. I mean,
And
it's
that's
just
an example.
the simplest little acts. Like I was in the store at the grocery store. It was the day before 4th of July, and there were these 3 very young girls, probably in middle school. And they go through the line, and they each bought like some jacked up Mountain Dew drinks where I would be like, oh my God, if I drank that, I'd probably go into cardiac arrest.
Yeah.
And we're all
Have
excited
that face.
to have them, and they get through the checkout line, and there was one person in front of me, and they didn't have enough money. And like I said, there were 3, so one girl was like, "Oh, well, put that one back." And in my mind, I'm like, "Well, what's she gonna drink?" So I was like, "Wait." I kind of cut in front of the person in front of me. I was like, "How much do you guys need?" And I, gave them the rest of the money, and they were blown away by that. Like, "Oh my God, thank you so much." And I was like, "Really?" It was like $1.50. Like, "You're welcome. You girls be safe. Have a good day."
Yeah.
You know,
Enjoy that Mountain Dew.
yeah.
But that's
Little things
amazing.
like
Like
that.
that's
Like people,
truly, yeah, like that's truly, sometimes those little things when they're well received can be like, in that case, it was like 3 girls and maybe like made their entire weekend with that kindness, or maybe like they passed it on to the next person.
well,
But
and
sometimes
that's what I'm
like,
hoping that they got from it. Like,
yeah,
because
I
they're
feel like that's huge. That example, like they may not have somebody in their life that shows them what that looks like.
right.
And just to have you step in and do that could be like, you have no idea. It could be a life altering situation. It may seem menial, is basically what I'm saying from like an outside perspective, but you have no idea what's like led them to that point in their life and how that could potentially shift them.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's huge. And also, one of the things that we were kind of chatting about that I thought was really interesting was like culturally.
right.
Justine and I were chatting about like how when we travel, or really like a lot of, for instance, like when I see my Greek family or like my Italian family, a lot of other countries have very strong cultures and a very strong sense of community. And I find that, especially here in the United States, we were kind of chatting about it. Sometimes that sense of community, like, just seems to be lacking almost.
A huge gap.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, we're very diverse, but to just have complete absence of respect and kindness for one another, it's disheartening and it's really hard. It's hard.
Yeah, and you mentioned the diversity, which for me, like that's like the beauty of this country, right? And so for the people who are really held back in terms of diversity and withhold their kindness because of how somebody looks or their sexual orientation or where they might be from, that's something that we really get to overcome in this country. And that those of us who are committed to kindness really get to be committed to, because it breaks my heart to continually hear friends, that are very dear to me, like my colored friends or my Indian friends or wherever they're from, the people that I don't even look at them in that capacity. They're just my friends.
Yeah.
They're human beings like everybody else. But to hear their accounts of what they still experience on a daily basis in a country as advanced as the United States is pretty appalling.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I love it. So Justine is super committed. I've been seeing her setting the example for Christian day in and day out, not only being a hardworking mama over here, she's like a maniac on a mission, this one. She's working multiple jobs, making ends meet,
That's right.
and crushing it in the real estate game as she starts out. And it's been amazing to see her grow so fast, so quickly on our team. You're crushing it, lady.
With your support, I'm a rock star with all you guys.
That's right. You're a freaking rock star. And so we hope we inspired you guys today to really be that act of kindness out in the world. It does not take much. Could take $1.50 paying for that Mountain Dew,
Right?
or saying hello at the pool.
Just little acts of kindness keeps us close
Absolutely.
together, warms our hearts every day, reminds us
Absolutely.
that we're human, we're mankind, we need love and
Yeah.
acceptance.
One of the things that Justine said as we were prepping for this call was, "What is mankind without kindness?" And that really resonated with me because literally the word is in mankind.
Exactly. Exactly.
So for those of you who've forgotten it, really quick reminder, it's in the freaking word. All right, lady. Well, I love you. Hope you guys have a fabulous rest of your Friday. Thank you so much for all of you joining in. I see so many of you joined in to
Hi, Jill,
watch us.
Heather. Love you guys.
Yeah, love you guys. Cindy, Kelsey, Michelle, thank you so much. Until next time, we'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.